All right, my name is Erin Bush. If you don't know who I am, I'm a Diamond Ambassador in Plexus, and I want to share with you tonight what to say if someone is interested in Plexus. And what I want to give you tonight is something that I've been implementing with my team for the past, I would say 3 weeks. We had something in May that we used. I tweaked it. I've been using it for my own personal ambassadors. I'm one away from the second stimulus, just one. So that's my goal right now, personally. And then I've been using this in 3-way chats as well as, just in my own personal business. All right. So the first thing we're going to assume is that you've posted on Plexus in some way, or posted on Facebook in some way, Instagram, whatever, and someone has shown an interest. Either they've commented or they've liked it, something like that. And so it's like, what do you do next? If you're new here and you don't know how Facebook and Instagram work and stuff, they do algorithms. And the more participation that you have on a post, the more your friends, it gets bumped into their feeds. So you're going to want to immediately comment if they've commented and say, hey, I'm so glad you're interested. I'll send you a message. Or, hey, I'm going to send you a message. I mean, just going to be simple as that. And in your message to them, you're going to be asking permission and doing a pre-qualification. And what this means is you are going to make sure that they are actually a good fit for Plexus. There's a lot of reasons behind all of this. And I should clarify, like, even though some of this is my own wording, I am learning from other diamonds. And this is from other, like the original gist of this is from other diamonds that I have then taken and like tried to put together. But a lot of this is not my own. And so I just want to give credit where credit is due. So that's an amazing part about One Plexus, is just how we share what is working. I'm so appreciative of those jewels and diamonds that do that. And so I want to give back in that way as well. This is what you're going to say in that message to them. Hi, their name. Thanks for reaching out. Super simple. Thanks for reaching out. And then here's the magic message. Okay, ready? In order to see if the products or business, if it's business, are a great fit for you, can I ask you some questions? Super simple. The most important part is that phrase, see if the products are a great fit for you. Can I ask you some questions? Now you may be freaking out and going, oh my gosh, I don't know how to answer. I don't know how to ask questions. I don't know what questions to ask. I'm going to give you the questions. No freaking out at this moment. There's no panic needing to happen right now. In order to see if the products are a great fit for you, can I ask you some questions? This is your pre-qualification process. 2 things are going to happen here. Number 1, you're going to see if they're really serious. Number 2, you're going to find out if they're good ambassador material. And number 3, it almost seems as if maybe they're not going to get this. Just maybe. Maybe they're not a great fit for Plexus. And so all of a sudden, interest is piqued, right? All right, here's your first question. Question number 1. What health challenges do you most want to address? So simple. What health challenges do you most want to address? Sometimes they'll get specific and you'll get a whole host of like where they've been the last 20 years. And sometimes you'll just get a 1-word answer. It just depends. But this will help you as you move on and you start thinking about what welcome pack would be best for them. Here's number 2. You always acknowledge and empathize with what they have said. So you're going to be something like, thank you for sharing that. I deal with that as well. If you do, something like that. So thank you for sharing with that. Here's the important part. And you could say, you know how tough that can be, again, empathy, but here's the question. Ready? How long have you struggled with this? And have you tried anything to help in the past? This is great language from Mandy, and it just works really, really well. I love it. How long have you struggled with this? And have you tried anything to help in the past? Now, what this does for that person is it actually makes them realize they've been dealing with this for a long time, and it gives you the opportunity to, if necessary, say, you're not going to feel like that anymore. You're done with that. You're done living like that. I actually had somebody recently who's just hurting so badly. And I was in a 3-way chat with a new ambassador and her potential. And I just said, you're not going to feel like this anymore. Your life is so precious. It is time to do something about it. You're done. You're done feeling like this. Now, don't write all that down. But the most important part is, how long have you struggled with this? And have you tried anything to help in the past? And they're going to answer, and you're going to acknowledge their efforts and empathize with them very, very briefly. You can do it in one sentence. Wow, you've gone through a lot. You've worked so hard. Maybe they're doing everything right. You know, they want weight loss and they're going to the gym and they're eating right. And you can acknowledge that too in one sentence, super short. This question is one of the most important questions you can ask, and it's the last question. All right, here we go. Why is changing this important to you? Why is changing this important to you? Now, you can rephrase this in other ways, but I mean, something like, how would your daily life change if this improved? What you are looking for here is an emotional response. We purchase products, we purchase anything based on an emotional response. I was talking to a group of women the other day, and I said, how many of you, before you knew anything about the environment, before you knew anything about sustainability, before you knew anything about toxins environmentally that get on your skin, how many of you bought the same detergent your mom bought, the same brand, when you first got married? And almost everybody said, I did. I went out and bought Tide, or I went out and bought All, whatever it was that my mom purchased in the way of a cleaner, I purchased too. And it's because, first of all, we've been exposed to that 1,000 times, but also there's an emotional connection to watching your mom do laundry, and then you go and you purchase the same laundry detergent when you first get married, or when you first have your own home, or whatever it is. So this is where you're asking for an emotional response, because they're going to be purchasing Plexus not based on ingredients. They're going to be purchasing Plexus on hope and on an emotional response. Why is changing this important to you? So it might be something like, I want to be here for my kids. I don't have any energy to chase my toddler around. I want to be able to go to the gym. I want to go get back to doing my hobbies. I have no energy at night. I just want to go straight to sleep. You'll hear all kinds of things in this particular moment. So you need to be listening for it. Like, I mean, obviously you're probably typing, so you're watching for it. But this emotional response is really important, because you're going to come back to it. All right, then you say, this is so important. Now you're going to choose a welcome pack for them, and you're going to only choose one. Just choose one. I'm not giving options anymore. I mean, I was in May, I was giving an $89 option or $179 option. I'm not doing that anymore. I'm just choosing one. And I'm giving it to them, and I don't even give them the picture. I just say, the Family Essentials Pack will serve you well. Those words, will serve you well. Here's the next sentence that's important. It is a complete system. Not everybody does this work for, but 99% of the time, I'm only giving them one option. I mean, there was one time last week I suggested a triplex and then add active, because she could not do a lean welcome pack. And so, just totally different. But for the most part, I am giving them one welcome pack. Either, and I legitimately choose whatever I feel like will cover the most of their issues. And then say, it will serve you well. It is a complete system that will get you emotional response, the energy to chase after your kids, the energy to get to the gym. Make it so you don't have to take a nap, so you can enjoy your hobbies again. Things like that. Whatever that emotional response is, I'm reiterating it right there. And then I'm asking two questions, one of two questions, not both of them, one of them. Doesn't that motivate you? Or your health is important to you, isn't it? This kind of movement toward, this is like the brain going, almost like it's, the brain is justifying the purchase. You guys, I do this all the time at the store, like all the time. I sit there and like look at, I don't know, a can of refried beans, and I've got organic for $3.50, or I can get, you know, the other one for 99 cents. And I go, well, you know, I could save $2.50 if I just bought the 99 cents, but this one's organic and I know that's better for me. And you know what I mean? Like, we do this all the time. So it's the same thing that's happening here. So let me read that to you again. Triplex Welcome Pack is going to serve you well. It is a complete system that will get your gut healthy so your digestive system works well, or whatever it is, right? Whatever their emotional response was. Doesn't that motivate you? Or your health is important to you, isn't it? When they say yes, this is your opportunity to close. All right? You guys you don't need to give every ingredient. You don't need to give a full breakdown of every product. You don't have to do all of that unless asked for. And if someone says, well, what's in the triplex or what's in the family pack? That is when I go grab one of the welcome pack graphics that have no price, but have all of the descriptions real small, and I send it over. I send it over. I rarely do any more describing than that if I can help it. Okay, if they ask for price, actually right after that, when they're ready to close, I say, do you have a minute to get your order in, and I'll walk you through. But what is even better than that is, I have a few minutes right now. Can I call and help get your order placed? And actually, even more than a few minutes, I have 15 minutes. Like, I don't have anything else. I have 15 minutes. Can I call and help you get your order placed? So if it's a friend you know well, that is a great way to do it. And then you can do it for them. They can give you your information and you can place the order for them. Then there's no mix up about where, you know, you can make sure you're the sponsor and they don't go off in a la la land somewhere else in Plexus. And then you got to call compliant or, whatever the next day and call your Jewel. Feel like she signed up under somebody else. Ah! Okay. So like that really calling, yeah, that calling really is like the best way to do it. And then too, people hear your voice. They hear your voice. They hear you're so excited for them. And oh my gosh, this product has changed my life. And like there's a little bit of combo that happens in between that is just, and it just takes the scary out of it. And you know what else it does? It takes them out of talking themselves out of it. If you can get on the phone, it takes them out of, because we do this, you guys. I stand there before the refried beans and I go, am I going to talk myself out of saving, out of spending that extra $2.50 or not? You know what I mean? Okay. So now let's say they ask price. I say this, wholesale pricing would be a great fit for you. Wholesale pricing would be a great fit for you. The combo retails at, but you can purchase it for, so whichever one it is, $3.50, $179, or if it's a $99 with a $10 wholesale membership. And then I'll say that comes with a 60-day money-back guarantee and rewards called perks to get free product. Here's the key. Here's the special part. Ready? But the real value is that you are going to be able to reiterate the emotional response, chase after your kids and have plenty of energy, get back to the gym and get in the shape that you want, have plenty of energy to do your hobbies, get your gut feeling good so it doesn't stop you from going out to eat anymore. Whatever that emotional response was, you're saying it again. And then you can close. Do you have a minute that we can, you go back to that same question. Ready to close right then. Okay, so let's say because we all know it doesn't go that perfectly. Although I have to say, lately it has been. I am amazed, like amazed. You right now we can all grow, we can all get better, right? I mean, you guys, you cannot say the wrong thing to the right person, but you can say nothing. And that doesn't do you or them any good. Quote by Aaron Bush. I keep saying that on my team page. You cannot say the wrong thing to the right person. You can say nothing, and that does you and them no good. Seriously, you guys. The number one reason you are not growing in your team is because you are not talking to enough people. The end. Okay. Especially right now. So we're in massive momentum. What if they say they cannot do that price or whatever, they can't do it right now? You're going to say one of two things. This is also giving credit to Mandy here because this is some of her wording here. We can start with one product and go from there. Out of curiosity, if I could show you how to get your products paid for, would you be open for more info? We can start with one product and go from there. Out of curiosity, if I could show you how to get your products paid for, would you be open to more info? And I will have this available for your Jewel to have so that they can put it on your team page if you want this, okay? Here's the second one. If I'm reading this right, it sounds like money may be a concern. It is a tough time for so many, blah, blah, blah. I would love to show you what Plexus is doing to help my friends earn $300 to $600 this month. Does that sound appealing? Always ending in a question. If I'm reading this right, it sounds like money may be a concern, tough time. I'd love to show you to earn. Does that sound appealing? And sometimes you'll get, what if they say I don't have time in the next 15 minutes? That's a good question. I'll go ahead and answer that right now. Then you say, okay, let me look at my calendar. Send that. I have tonight at 8:30 for 15 minutes, or tomorrow, try and do the same day. Or tomorrow, like if it's early in the day, to give them 2 dimes during that day. Or tomorrow morning at 9. Do either of those work for you? Or which of those works for you? I would ask, do you? Which of those work for you? Okay, so that's what I would do. All right, now let's, all right, are there any questions? Put in the chat real quick before we go on to objections. Awesome. I love that there's no questions. If there are, that's fine. You can throw them out there, but let's move on then. All right, let's talk about objections. Remember how we used to, if you've been here a while, we've talked about feel, felt, found. We're going to do that different. You're going to do feel, felt, ask for clarity. Different. All right, so I want you to listen to this. So let's say they say, I don't know, I've tried everything in the past, those things didn't work for me. And so I don't know. I don't know. Something like that. Okay. Some kind of an objection. You would say, I know how you feel. I felt the same way before I started Plexus. Can you tell me more about that? Can you tell me more about that? You're asking for more clarity as to why they feel like they're not ready to order right this minute. That's really what it comes down to. And then, let's see, there's another one. Or let's say they answer, and you say, I understand that you are concerned with, fill in the blank. I also want to make sure that, fill in the blank, I'm aligned with a company that sells good products, or a company that sells products that are actually effective. And what I found is Plexus is different, or whatever you want, whatever it fills in for that objection. This is where you're going to have to, if you're uncomfortable and an objection happens, go shoot the question to your jewel or gem and see if they can help you. But this is where you're going to have a little bit of leeway. But it's the feel, felt, ask for more clarity, then the feel, felt, found in response. And then ask the question, does this ease your concerns? If the answer is no, then you say, would you be open to, you're going to do a couple of different things here. Watching a video that would give you more information, number one. Talking with my friend who's done Plexus or who has taken Plexus products a lot longer than I have, or something like that. There are so many resources out there. Like you could send them a triplex video from your back office. You could send them the replay from our gut health events. You could put them in a three-way chat with your jewel. Like there are so many ways to get around that and to bring in a third-party validation, because that's what's happening. Okay, so if they answer no, their concerns are not eased, then you ask, would you be open to, and that's the third-party validation. Okay, now if I have lost you because you're like, this is too complicated, I can't handle this, and guess what, I can't write that fast. Don't worry. I'm gonna give this to you. Don't worry, okay? And don't worry here too. You cannot say the wrong thing to the right person. So stop worrying about it. Just open your mouth. This is just helping you do it a little better, okay? That's all this is. And the more you do it, the more confident you get. The more you do it, the more confident. You guys, the first time I was ever in a three-way chat, this last month in May, I'm a diamond. Listen to my vulnerability at this moment. You'll feel you're an amazing person. When I was first put, I think it was Heather Cooper, my friend Heather, put me in a three-way chat with somebody. I literally went to my write-up, pulled it up, and then had the little chat down below. I went, oh, I asked that next. Oh, I asked that next. Oh, you guys, and now I just do it naturally, but it took time. Right? It took time. And then I was a little bit nervous with my first potential to do it. And I was like, well, I'm just going to try and see what happens. I pulled it up. Oh, what do I ask her next? Okay. So anyway, do not be, the more you do it, the better. All right. So let's talk about after the purchase. All right. After the purchase, what are you going to do? What do you want to know a secret? Do you want to know a way today to start tripling okay, we have 7 days left in the month, right? 7 days. You want to know a way you could double or triple the amount of team members on your team right now? You want to know by the end of the week? Say what I'm about to say. Send this message. Ready? Ready? Okay. I'm so excited for you. I want to throw you a Plexus party here on Facebook. It'll be fast, fun, and informative, and I bet you'll help a lot of friends looking for something to feel better. Plexus is giving us referral bonuses this month too, so that's a plus. I'll do all the work. You just invite the people you care about. Can you do Wednesday or Thursday? You guys, this is the way to double and triple your team by the end of the month. You throw them some kind of an event. Now, if you're a guy, you may not want to call it a Plexus party. You can call it a Plexus event. You call it a, man ambassador event, whatever you want to do. But this is how you double and triple your team by the end of the month. I'm going to give you another option to say, and I actually really like this one, and this one I've been using more. I'm so excited for you. I want to throw you a Plexus party here on Facebook. Plexus gives out referral bonuses, and in June you can earn between $300 and $600. Friends don't let friends pay for their products. It'll be fast, fun, and informative, and I bet you'll help a lot of friends looking for something to feel better. I'll do all the work. You just invite people you care about. Can you do Wednesday or Thursday? That is the secret. That is the secret. and you do a 30-minute Plexus online Facebook group party where you go live and you tell your testimony, because you need to do that. And then the rest of the posts are fun and or informative. Both, you do both. And then when there are people that are interested, you get them in a 3-way chat, or your new ambassador gets them in a 3-way chat with you. That's what's happening, really. Your new ambassador gets them in a 3-way chat with you, and you start this whole thing over, and your new ambassador basically says, hey, Sarah, I haven't been here very long. Erin's been here for a long time taking Plexus products. She can help us both. The end. I take over. I do it all until we're ready to close, and I say, hey, Nikki, can you go grab in another message, hey, Nikki, go grab your referral link. We're ready. And then we get her signed up, or whoever it is. Those health and happiness parties, it's a gut health class, Joyome class, beauty and bubbly class. I'm doing one this week on the Mega Kids, a Mega Family, the Mega Family Party. You can't say the wrong thing to the right person. You can't call the title wrong. Like, you just have to do it. And then I tell them, add 30 to 60 people. You see this little invite button? I literally screenshot where the invite button is. I say, hey, invite 30 to 60 people, and then send them a voice message that says, and then I've got a whole little invitation written up. Like, hey, I hate being added to random Facebook groups, but I think you'll want exactly what I've been wanting, and I'm hoping to learn more about these new supplements I'm taking. I think it'll be really fun. Will you be my guest? Or can you come? I mean, it's so simple, and I've got wording for that too, and happy to give it to you. But that is how, between now and the end and June 30th, you double or triple the amount of team members on your team are these parties. The end. Okay, now let's do one more thing, because I know y'all are gonna wonder, and that is, how do I handle follow-up messaging? Now, I'm giving credit to Vicki Brown because the girl is amazing at closing, and I wanted to know, what does she do when someone just ghosts her? Like, what does she do? When they say they're gonna sign up and you're watching the back office refresh, and they still haven't done it, and it's so annoying, what do you say? So this is what she says, and so I'm gonna give it to you. Ready? She says, first of all, it depends upon the person. If she knows them well, she would say something like, what in the world are you doing? Do you need me to push you off the fence, or would you rather get down on your own? That might be best put in a voice message. Yes, I will have all verbiage available to you. Number 2, here's another one. I thought you said you were ready to feel better. I am ready to help you do just that. Let's make it happen today. This one would be really good if you've gone through the whole script and you have an emotional response. I know you want to be able to have the energy to run after those babies. Let's get this done today. Here's another one. I know you said you were ready to give this Plexus thing a shot. Tell me what is holding you back from pulling the trigger. I love that. All of these, oh, there's one more. Tell me why you keep talking yourself out of jumping in. You guys, sometimes we're too nice, and we just need to talk about the elephant in the room. You haven't signed up yet. Why not? I am serious. Like that it is so much easier than just like finding another testimony. I've done this for years. Finding another testimony, isn't that encouraging to you? Oh, please, Lord, please, Lord, please, Lord, please, Lord, let them sign up. Please, Lord. But I love these because it hits the nail on the head. It doesn't give any excuses, and it just opens a conversation. And maybe they'll ignore you again, and guess what? You'll still be breathing by the end of the night, I promise. The point is to follow up. They need to know that they are important to you, that their business and their purchase is important to you. And if you let somebody sign up and you never talk to them again, that is not okay, like ever. Once they sign up, they are your responsibility and your obligation to help the best way you possibly can. Even if it's sending them something like, hey, if you drink your body weight, half your body weight in ounces of water, it helps Slim work better. Just something like that. Or, hey, I've got this great testimony group. Here's the link. If you want to join to see all these cool stories about Plexus, click it and I'll have your membership approved. Don't just add them like to Let's Get Healthy. I would totally do that. Or like, hey, I'm adding you to my community page. Here's the link. I'd love to tag you in a couple posts that I think would be really informative for you. And, you tag them in, I don't know, a testimony or something like that. So constantly following up is super, super important. Encouraging them to take before pictures if they start Joyome. Literally, I'm like, you're not allowed to start Joyome until you send me your before picture. You're not allowed. Don't start. Or the collagen, taking your measurements if they want to lose weight, asking them what meal a day are they going to be replacing with lean, being very specific in your accountability with someone. And here, now you may be a complete disorganized mess like I am. I am a disaster. I am the worst disorganized person on the planet, I swear. Well, maybe not quite, but really close to bad. I'm going to give you a little tip that has worked really well for me in the past few months. I went to Walmart and I bought a whole bunch of $1.97 spiral notebooks that were like, I don't know, like this big. I don't have mine in here right now, like this big. And then I put all these Post-it notes in the tabs: daily agenda, inspiration or training that I have learned myself, not that I'm doing, that I have learned myself because I'm still growing and I'm still learning. And then team Zooms with when I'm talking to teams and figuring out what their goals are, my own personal goals. And then it has big old in words, June in the front, May on the front. And I do one notebook per month. And I have my potentials list. And then the next month I either rip the potential list out and tape it to the next one, which ends up being a disaster, or I rewrite them so they're constantly on my mind in my notebook. So that's just a little tip for if you're super disorganized. I know that this month's spiral notebook is yellow and it has June on the front, and everybody knows don't touch it. Like that is how disorganized I am. I have to anyway, you catch my drift. All right, any questions? Yes, I will give you the verbiage. I promise. I will find a way to give it to your jewels and you can ask your jewels. All right, anything else? Okay, tonight, I want you to determine, I want you to get into your back office. I want you to see how many teammates have been added to your team. And I want you to put a big goal for the next 7 days. Big, triple it, quadruple it, I don't care. Whatever your number is, whatever your instinctual number, like let's say you have 8 new ambassadors on your team and you want to get to 10, no, you're going to write 20. You want 20 by the end of the month, okay? You go big. And then what I want you to do is go through those new ambassadors and you ask every single one of them if they'll do a Plexus party with you. I'll give you the verbiage. You can literally copy and paste it. Here's another thing that I do. I keep the verbiage in the notes in my phone. And I also keep on my laptop, I keep it in Google Docs so that I can copy and paste if I want to. All right. Here's something else you can do if you really want to. You could start your own group with nobody in there but you, and you can put all this stuff in there. I have a verbiage page for my team. I don't know if they utilize it, but I do. That's literally where I go for all my verbiage. If I see a diamond who's done some amazing verbiage or a jewel or something, I'll go put it in my verbiage page. I literally go to that page, no joke, right now in the momentum we're in, probably once or twice an hour. I'm either giving the link to someone on my team and telling them to go find it, or I am in it myself and I am copying and pasting. You could do the same thing for yourself. You could get all this verbiage and you could put it in a Facebook group for yourself and your team. I would not put it on your team page. I would not do that. You would just put it for yourself and for your leaders. You could do something like that. How do you start a conversation about Plexus? There is a really, really great message that I think Melissa wrote up that is just so good. So I can make sure, I'll make a note to put that in there too. Convo, how to start Plexus, how to start a convo on Plexus. Okay. All right. Yeah, you need a notebook for all the different pages you belong to. Well, actually, there's a way to do that on Facebook. You can make groups favorites. And that's very easy to just go over to those favorite groups and you can go over there. All right, any other questions? Put in the chat really quick. I don't want to take much more of your time because we need to get to signing people. So we don't have much time left in this month. Every minute counts. All right, anybody else have questions though? Should we invite only our ambassadors from this month? No, no, no. Anybody you have not thrown a Plexus party to, they need to, you need to do it. And if there's anybody on your team that you have ever added that doesn't know about this stimulus, they need to know now. This stimulus is not sticking around, you guys. This extra money, this extra $100 for 3, and this $250 for 6, so $350 total for 6, like that's not staying around. You have 7 days. You've got to get it done now. They need to know now. Let them say no. Let them say no to the money. Like, come on, the money is on the table. You just got to pick it up. But they don't know what's on the table unless you tell them, okay? So yeah, you need to go through all of your ambassadors and offer to do a Plexus party. You don't have to do one for each one. You could do one for several. I've done that time and again. All right, anything else? Any other questions real quick? Good. I'm glad you're going for a big, hairy, audacious. I added in scary on my goal. Awesome. Should you re-invite someone if they have been to a party but not signed? It's a great question. If they participated in the party, I would go back and ask them one of these things, like, tell me why you're talking yourself out of jumping in. If they did not participate, I would say something like, hey, I know you weren't able to participate in our last party. We're doing another one. I would love for you to go. Do you think you can really, really, for sure, use that Eric Worre? That's not really. Eric Worre says, for sure, come to this one. For sure, Eric Worre does that. I love that. So that's what I would do with that. Well, this is just, who wants to come here? Do you see this? Is it backwards for you? This is on my desk. You guys, if there is ever a time that you can, I asked my husband, hey, I would love to know if I had points on welcome packs, how fast would I have gone Emerald? I would have loved to know. You have something your jewels didn't have. You have points on welcome packs right now. Take advantage. New growth. There has never been a better time to be in Plexus. People understand immune health like they have never understood before. People understand a need for a second or third or fourth stream of income like they never have before, a plan B. People understand online shopping more than they ever have before. If this is a time that network marketing can break into our American culture, it is now. So you take advantage now. The only person stopping you is you. The end. The end. That's the only person stopping you, okay? You cannot say it with me, the wrong thing to the right person. You know what? You can unmute yourself. We'll all say it together. Ready? I'll put it in the chat so you can all say it together. Everybody unmute. Hold on, let me type it up. Okay, there it is. Are we all ready? Here we go. 1, 2, 3. You cannot say the wrong thing to the right person. All right, love you all. Have a great night. Go get them.
Thank you, Erin.
Thank you, Erin.